Today we're taking a look at the Air Jordan 1 High 85, black and white, not the Pandas. What's up guys, BJ Kicks here. Welcome back to Kicks on Kicks, the channel where I review sneakers. And today we are taking a look at the Air Jordan 1 High 85, black and white. The return of an OG Air Jordan 1 colorway on the OG silhouette. Yeah, man, you can't be mad at it at all. We're gonna take a look at the shoe, take a look at the packaging, and of course, I'm gonna give you some legit checking indicators that you can look out for in case you're trying to tell the difference between this, and the real thing that came out a couple weeks ago. So without further ado, let's get into it. I like to start from the bottom up. So let's look at this outsole. This is your standard Air Jordan 1 outsole. And you know, it's black and it's rubber, right? Moving on to the midsole, which is a little bit of a different pattern than you would normally get on your Air Jordan 1s, like the newer ones. Not that different that anyone's really going to tell a difference, but it's different. It's a little bit more pronounced and pretty cool. Moving on to the upper of the shoe, where you've got standard black and white hits. And I like this Jordan color blocking. I like these. I like these a lot. But I mean, look, you've seen Panda Dunks everywhere, and now we got a Panda Jordan 1. There's not much difference between those two shoes, so not a whole lot for me to highlight, except swoosh a little bit lower on this 85. And also, the Air Jordan Wings logo is debossed instead of embossed, and that's dope. So love that little puffy Air Jordan Wings logo there. What else should I point out on this shoe? You got your white nylon tongue with a slightly oversized swoosh here on the Nike Air tag. And on the inside of the shoe, you've got, going back to sort of OG styles, you got your size written on the medial side near your ankle. But also, you've got the production date. In this case, it's August 7th, 2022. XC, which I believe is a reference to the factory that it's produced in. And of course, whatever size you got, which I got a size 9. Looking at the inside of the shoe, you got your standard white and black Nike Air insole, although it's not quite standard because this insole is not made out of that same like blue foam we've been seeing on so many Jordans, but it's actually a pretty thick foam insole that's actually really comfortable. Can't even lie. I like it. So that's the shoe. And let's take a look at the packaging real quick. So like all Jordan 1 85s, you get it in this nice inversed box. So instead of get a black box with red text and whatnot, you got a red box with black branding. And so you got your Nike swoosh. You got your, it doesn't say Jordan 1 like the other boxes, but it's Nike Air box. Now let's look at this. Air Jordan 1 High 85, colorway is black/white. But don't call it the Pandas. Now, these are in a US size 9 because that's the size I wear. Now, let's get into some legit checking indicators because there are quite a few small but noticeable differences between this shoe and the retail counterpart. So if you're not familiar, a lot of times I review Fugazi sneakers, and I'll tell you what the differences are between them and the real thing. So just in case you're trying to shop for the real thing out here on this resale market, you don't want to get got. And also, so you can see if the difference is really worth those resale prices. Now, first up, we got this tag, this hang tag that typically comes with the 85 Jordan 1s, and it came with the original Jordan 1s. I like it, you know. You got the picture that the Jumpman logo is based on. So that's always cool. Inside it's got some tech specs so you can see, you know, what the shoe's made of and what all the, you know, bleeding edge technology they had in 1985 with air units and whatnot. So you got that, right? First legit checking indicator though, This hang tag is not attached with a clear plastic thing like it is here. On the real shoe, on the retail shoe, it's actually a black sort of string that holds the hang tag up here. So that's one thing to look out for. If your shoe comes with a plastic one like this, it's probably a Fugazi. The other thing to note, and probably the most noticeable difference between this shoe and the standard or the retail 85 shoe, I've kind of been hiding it a little bit, but you can see that this shoe's got a bit of a lean. The shape is a little bit off. Like on the 85 highs, the back of the shoe goes like straight up pretty much. And it's hard for you to tell because, it's a black shoe and my background's black. I'm wearing a black shirt, right? But just holding up a straight edge to it, you can see that this shoe's got a bit of a lean, and it should not. It basically goes like straight up and down the back, the retail shoe. This one does not. Also, on your toe box and mudguard, basically, the mudguard kind of extends a little bit. Like the shape is just a little bit off on this, right? On the retail shoe, you'll kind of see it overlapping with the top of the toe a little bit more. So those are all things to look out for on this shoe if you're trying to get a real shoe and not a Fugazi. But what I will note, this shoe smells amazing. Like it smells different than like every other Jordan 1 that I've had. And it smells really good. So, it doesn't have like that horrible glue smell that a lot of reps typically have. But again, if you are someone who is valuing the 85 cut, and you probably are if you're ordering this shoe, because that's kind of the whole point of the 85 is making sure the cut is as OG as possible. And this has a cut that's far more similar to like every other Jordan we've gotten, in recent years. So like here's a pair of mochas, right? And the shape, you can see it this is actually a little bit straighter than this is. This one curves a little bit more, and you can kind of tell. See? So that's really the major difference and something that I would look out for, because if I'm buying a pair of 85 highs and paying the $200 retail price for them or more on the resale market at this point, if I'm paying that much, it's because I want the OG 85 high quality. And this isn't quite that. But if you're not someone who obsesses over the shape of a sneaker, it looks, feels, and smells pretty good. So shout out to the homies that sent this over for review. Their information is in the description down below. And I'll see you guys in another review real soon. Peace.